Recording.
It's another beautiful day. It's Sunday, April 21st. I briefly searched to see how I could adjust the volume on the microphone, and I was unsuccessful, so I will look into it a little bit more. It's about 60 degrees today, so still a little bit chilly on the scooter, but not too bad. So I just had to fill up. Cost me $3.11 to fill up the tank with premium. Well, I should be able to probably go like 100 miles before I have to fill up again. I think that's the biggest benefit of having a scooter, is just you don't think about gas all that much. I think I'm going to go into the city again. I'm going to take Wisconsin Avenue east to the lakefront, or as far east as you can go. We're currently on 60th Street. Kind of Honey's not too happy. Don't know why. So I was thinking I probably should do some like affiliate marketing and stuff for some of the items that I use, in case anybody's interested. I ride a Wolf brand scooter, RX50 50cc scooter. I like Wolf Brand because, one, they're very affordable. I bought this brand new for $1,200. It's a good looking scooter. It's green. I love the green. Yeah, he's not happy. The only negative thing I have to say about it right now, it has nothing to do with the scooter itself, but I decided to drive it home from work one day when it was pouring outside, and it definitely wiped out, and there's some nice scuff marks on the side of it now, so it's my one little regret, but other than that, I mean, it works great. I love it. The nice thing about 50cc scooters is that you don't need a motorcycle license. Now I can't go on an expressway, and going on, more rural roads that have speed limits above 40 miles an hour can get a little bit scary. But in the city, it's perfect. You do still tend to find alternate paths, because sometimes riding on these main roads is, again, a little scary, but you do get used to it, and you learn how to be defensive. For the helmet and the camera that I'm using, I have a Senna Momentum Pro, which I've been pretty satisfied with. I think the camera quality is pretty good. The only thing I've been struggling with is the microphone. I gotta figure out how to either turn it down so it isn't so distorted, or I don't know. I gotta figure out what's up with that. I did just get a new trunk for the scooter. I decided this time, instead of going for an aftermarket one, to go with an actual Wolf Brand trunk, and it's far superior. The other one cracked easily, and it was always bobbling around back there. This one, can't even tell it's there. It's sturdy, just much higher quality. In order to fit this helmet in the trunk, though, you have to make sure that you have one of the large trunks. Before I got the Senna helmet, I had I think they call it like a half helmet or whatever. It doesn't have anything covering your face or your chin. And mine can fit underneath the seat, but this helmet won't fit underneath the seat. Alright, so we're approaching Blue Mountain Road, which is what we're going to turn on. It's not Wisconsin Avenue, but it will kind of turn into it. And we'll go through the Story Hill neighborhood, which is kind of up on top of the hill from Miller Park. Have a good view of downtown Milwaukee from here. Before I do again, these bars are always packed with shuttles, and Kelly's Bleachers is a staple here in Milwaukee. Should probably stop at the red light. So down that hill, you get right into the parking lots of Miller Park. And this neighborhood is a very popular neighborhood because it retains a lot of its old charm and some historic homes. However, it is kind of surrounded by a lot of rougher areas. So, you do have Wauwatosa to the west, which is nice. And then as we come around the corner here, you're going to see Brewery, along with the Menominee Valley and the Murray Valley. Alright, and now we're turning on to Wisconsin Avenue, which is Milwaukee's main street. Across the Menominee Valley, see Miller Brewing Company, Miller Park. American Family Field, as it's called now. They just broke the record for highest attendance at the stadium last weekend with Luke Combs. Kind of kicking myself for not going because I was told it was a pretty good concert. So we actually went down this road on one of the last videos. We were coming the other way. We've got the Triple Shrine on the left. Let's see if we can get around this bus without dying. I hit a seagull yesterday on my way home from work. Not on my scooter, in my car. Really sad. The car next to me kind of hit it and it jumped up into the road next to me and I ran over. There wasn't a whole lot I could do. I felt bad, but for anybody who's lived near a coast and familiar with seagulls, you will know that they are mean creatures. They are not afraid to dive bomb you. They're a lot bigger than I think people think. They're not like a crow. They're a big bird. And they're pretty aggressive. It doesn't mean I don't feel bad. I mean, of course you don't want to hit something. So in my opinion, I have a feeling that this neighborhood that we're in right now, in the next probably couple decades, will gentrify and become a next hotbed of development. Mainly because it has really good bones. It is close to the Marquette campus. But at least for most of my life, or all of my life, it's been kind of a seedy neighborhood. Not somewhere I would really want to drive at night. Now, if you come up to Marquette University this Sunday, so it's not going to be as busy as it was the last time we drove through. But I suspect that when we get into the downtown area, it should be a little bit busier. So my idea today is to kind of go and see a little bit more of the iconic things that Milwaukee has to offer. We're going to round out the end of this road by the lake. And then we'll go up to the east side. The most dense neighborhood in the state. We'll go over into the Deer District The Milwaukee Bucks are in the playoffs again this year. I never get over the architecture here in Milwaukee. So we're going to cross over I-43. And right over there is the Marquette Interchange, the largest interchange in the state of Wisconsin. Now there's been talk, but nothing drastic, but there's been talk about putting a cap over the freeway. So the freeway is underneath us quite a bit. And there's been talk about putting a cap over the freeway for the few blocks north of here, which I think would be a great idea, honestly. I mean, right now it's just a barrier, and the only real way to get across is over these bridges, and there's really no reason to be over here. You can see the Milwaukee Courthouse. So it'd be pretty nice to have a little park right there. On the left here is the Milwaukee Public Library. I think I called it the museum the last time, but it was not. It was the library. The museum is actually building a new building. Which I think has some mixed feelings in the city. I mean, it definitely needed a new building or upgrade or something. Otherwise it was going to lose its accreditation or whatever you call it. But, I don't know. The new design is questionable. So, probably about 5 years back, Milwaukee put in a streetcar, and they're actively trying to expand it. They just opened the last line to the lakefront, the L, and right over here they're building a plaza and another streetcar station. So as the streetcar comes west on Wisconsin Avenue, it's going to run through here. At the 3rd Street Market Hall. Talked about that in the previous video. So this is the Roden Grand Theater. The Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra purchased it a few years ago, and it was just a defunct box theater. They redid the entire theater and added on this addition here with like more event space and reception area. I haven't been in there yet, but from the videos and pictures I've seen, it looks like they did a really good job. We've got a lot of really cool historic theaters in Milwaukee. Up here on the left is another one of those, the Riverside Theater. And we're going to continue straight and go over the Milwaukee River. You can see we've got our Field of Deer flags out. Well, of course I hit that huge pothole I was trying to avoid, but so I try to go a little bit slower so we can get a little bit more of a view. But straight ahead of us you can see the famous Milwaukee Art Museum, designed by Santiago Calatrava. It's famous for its rings that open and close at dawn and dusk. A lot of people will come come out and watch those move. But yeah, this is kind of like the crossroads of Milwaukee. Wisconsin Avenue and Water Street. So you can see on the left is one of those streetcar stops. Actually, that's a bus stop. Interesting. Yeah, there's no streetcar lines on Wisconsin Avenue. But we're going to cross over some right now. On the left up here is the Pfister Hotel, Milwaukee's historic grand hotel. At the federal courthouse on the right. Wisconsin Gas Lamp Building on the left was modeled after the Empire State Building. It has a lamp on top of it that changes color based on the weather. It's not on now, obviously, because it's daytime. And to the right is the U.S. Bank Building, which is the tallest building in Wisconsin. And past the Wisconsin Gas Building is Northwestern Mutual, which is the largest financial business in the state, famous for insurance. And of course they have their iconic historic building, but they've also been doing a lot of development in the city. They built this new skyscraper here, and now you can see the Milwaukee Art Museum and this orange structure called the Column, which again is kind of a heated topic in Milwaukee. Some people love it, some people hate it. So that's as far east as you can go on Wisconsin's Grand Avenue. And now we're on Prospect Avenue. So that's also Northwestern Mutual. They're renovating that building. I'm going to make it look similar to the other skyscraper that we put up. So I mentioned in another video that Milwaukee's east side is kind of a thin stretch of land between the lake and the Milwaukee River. And because of that, they have basically two main roads that run along the corridor. And they're one-way roads, so they kind of act like highways. You have Prospect that travels north, and then you have Farwell that runs parallel to it that goes south. Got Juno Park to the right overlooking the lake. Some people out enjoying the weather. This is Ogden Avenue. This is arguably where the east side starts. Everything south of here would be considered downtown. And everything north is the east side. Now, as of right now, this is as far north as the streetcar goes, and then it turns around. But eventually, it'll come right up this road. hopefully all the way up to UWM. The streetcar has gotten a lot of flack for being kind of a toy, but I think, I'll be honest, I kind of lean more towards the right, but I'll admit that, I think that in a densely populated city like Milwaukee, mass transit should be something that we prioritize. I think if we maintained our old trolley lines that we had years ago, that the city would be much more appealing. If you look at places like Chicago and San Francisco, these places that have retained their infrastructure, they're very appealing and people like to live there and they don't need to have a car to get around from neighborhood to neighborhood and to get to work. And while Milwaukee's not even close to being as large of a city as either of those, it is one of the most densely populated cities in the country, and I think that you can see that people are using it. I think it's right now because of the routes that they take. It's mostly for tourists and the people living directly in the downtown area, but I think as it grows and moves into more areas of the city, that the ridership will just continue to grow. So I was going to turn here, but I think I'm actually going to continue north. We haven't gone up into the upper east side at all in any of our videos, so we're going to actually take North Avenue towards the east. We'll see Milwaukee's historic water tower up on top of the hill here. Looks like it can use some paint. Alright, so we're going to turn. We could take that all the way down and kind of like zigzags down the hill down to the right front, but we're actually going to take Downer. Right now in Ascension, Columbia St. Mary's Hospital. Now we're going to veer just to the left here. We have the right of way. And now we're on Downer Avenue. Or Drive, I don't even know what it's called. So this is Bradford Avenue that we're stopped at right here, and if you continue that way, all the way to the end of the bluff, you've got stairs that go down and a bridge that goes over to Bradford Beach, which is the most popular beach in Milwaukee. Some tiki bars down there. They have professional volleyball that comes every once in a while, every summer. Very popular spot in the summertime. So this Downer stretch right here, the retail stretch, has had its ups and downs. I think it's kind of solidified itself at this point, but still looks like it's needs a little bit of traction, but trying to compete with North Avenue and some of the other surrounding districts. Got Cafe Hollander over here, which is a very popular restaurant. Brewery, Cantina, Sendix. Stone Creek Coffee. So as you get up in this neighborhood, you're going to notice a lot more college students again. They're getting closer towards University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, which is the largest university in Milwaukee. Now, we do have a lot of historic mansions in this neighborhood to the east, but as you get further west, you have a lot of student housing. The further you get away from the lake, Alright, so this next stop on is Ken Road. We're going to turn left and you'll see the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. My alma mater. Although I didn't graduate. We've had quite a bit of development lately as well. All these buildings here on Kenwood. Alright, and then we're going to turn south onto Oakland Avenue. Now, Oakland is a main artery going north and south on the east side, on the upper east side, and everything north of North Avenue. The commercial development is focused on North Avenue. On Oakland Avenue. As we come south, we're going to get into what's called the Oakland and Locust District, or Oak-and-Loke. The first area I lived in when I moved to Milwaukee. In fact, I lived right next to this George Webb. In this blue house. It's quite an experience. Especially coming from a somewhat rural upbringing to move into the city right in the middle of all the action. But even over here in the time that I lived there, it's changed quite a bit. This building wasn't here. It's actually not that much cooler over here by the lake. Usually I notice a pretty big difference in temperature, but I haven't noticed much of anything. There is another smaller theater to our left called the Milwaukee Theater. That's more for local acts and small artists. So like I said, this is a thin area between the Milwaukee River and Lake Michigan. So over there on the end of that park is the Milwaukee River. probably have maybe 10 to 15 blocks between the two. And we're up on this hill, so there's a valley that goes over by the Milwaukee River, and then the bluff overlooking Lake Michigan. And as we come up closer towards North Avenue again, we're going to have a really good view of the city, because we'll be up on top of the hill, and the Milwaukee River is going to kind of curve, and we'll be up on top of the hill again. I think that's one of the main things I know is different about Milwaukee and Chicago. There's a lot of similarities between the two cities, but the one thing I really like about Milwaukee over Chicago is the varying elevation. You know, of course we're like Portland or Los Angeles or San Diego or anything like that, but we do still have quite a bit of elevation change with the river and the lake. And you don't have that in Illinois. It's very much more flat. Alright, so we're actually going to go east on North Avenue. We could continue straight on Oakland Avenue down to Brady Street, but we're going to turn east on North Avenue and then cut over on the Kenilworth here. And we're going to turn on to Farwell, which, like I said, goes south on the east side. There's one of our other iconic theaters in the city, the Oriental. One of our breweries, Good City Brewery. I think they moved, or are in the process of moving. Classic pizza shuttle on the right. something going on. Some sort of sale. This is planned development right here. There's also on this corner right here planned for a hotel. We're going to turn onto Brady Street again here. It's actually a really nice day out. Could be a little bit warmer. Alright, famous Brady Street. And I'm actually going to turn south on Van Buren, which, funny enough, you used to not be able to. It used to be one way up to Brady Street here, but they actually changed his names here at Brady Street to Holton going north. You go over the river, over that bridge there. And right over the bridge there are some of the best views of the city, in my opinion. Alright, so this is Van Buren. Really? That was very confusing. This is Ogden again. there's the streetcar. Milwaukee Hop. Which, if I'm being honest, is kind of a dumb name. But whatever, I get it. Hops, beer. I don't know. Kind of dumb in my opinion. So this is Juneau Avenue, which I'm actually going to turn onto, because we're going to see another icon in the city. As we go west. A lot of trash right here. So ahead of us, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a sign that says Pabst. And it's on another hill, and that's the old Pabst Brewery. So we'll go around into the Pabst Brewery neighborhood, which has all been redeveloped into office space and residential. They really did a good job. It was just sitting there vacant for so many years, and somebody had the idea to renovate some historic buildings and make it into an iconic neighborhood. To the left is the old Blatz Brewery. And we're in the MSOE campus right now. Coming up to Water Street again. And you'll also be able to see Fiserv Forum ahead of us, where the Milwaukee Bucks play. As we cross over the Milwaukee River, we'll enter into Kilbourne Town. And I'll be honest, I don't keep up with sports as much as most people. I like going to games, I like watching them when they're on, but I don't keep up with when the games are and stuff like that. But if I had to guess, I'm betting there's a Bucks game today. I see a lot of Bucks jerseys, and there's a lot of people out over here. So we'll see. This is the Deer District. Yep, my guess is there's a game, because there's a lot of people over there. And this is the Bucks' new hotel, the Trade Hotel. And now we're in the Brewery District. Got some good views of the city from up here. It'll be cool when we turn around and get a good view of the city. So yeah, all this used to be Pabst Brewery, which I believe at one point was one of the biggest breweries in the world. Could be wrong. But yeah, the iconic Cream City brick. cobblestone streets. It really is a cool, unique neighborhood. We're going to turn back on Juneau here. Another brewery, or at least it was. Lots changed. So it's not a very big district, but unique, that's for sure. Alright, let's go see what's going on in the Deer District, because it seemed to be jumping. So to our right is MATC, Milwaukee Area Technical College. So they're playing the Indiana Pacers, which isn't too far away. So, see a decent amount of Indiana jerseys. We're going to turn here on McKinley. See the Milwaukee Courthouse to our right. McKinley here we have our new addition to, it's called the Baird Center. Now it's Milwaukee's Convention Center, as well as the Miller High Life Theater and the Milwaukee Panther Arena, where UWM plays basketball. But if we turn here on Val R. Phillips, it used to be just 4th. They keep changing all the names here. Can't keep up. This will run us right into the Deer District and Fiserv Forum. I don't know how close we're going to be able to get. And this empty lot is where the old Bradley Center was, where the Bucks used to play. And it should be developed soon, in the next few years, I'm assuming. So yeah, you can see the Deer District is very much alive. A lot going on over here. So it's kind of like our new central plaza in the city, which is pretty cool. Alright, and we're on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. I think we're going to jump right back over the river. And we're going to turn here on 2nd Street. This is kind of my favorite little corner in the city because there's just all these historic little buildings here, and I don't know, underutilized block, I think. I think so much could be done in this little corner here. Famous Germania building. Well, we'll see if we can get over the river on Wells here, or if we have to wait till we get to Wisconsin. Nope, we're going to turn on Wells. And you've got the famous Pabst Theater in front of us, as well as the Milwaukee Repertory Theater. Now, if we take this street right here, got a famous bar right here called the Safe House. Now, I can't give you the password to get in. But it's a famous bar. It's a spy themed bar. And we'll turn on to Water Street. And I think it's time for us to get back down into the 3rd Ward, which we haven't seen today. We'll see how busy it is down there. I feel like most of the action is going to be near Pfizer Forum where the Bucks are, but we'll see how busy it is down here. This is St. Paul Avenue. Milwaukee Public Market. A lot of car traffic, that's for sure. Usually a lot of people over here on Broadway. Just kind of like, 3rd Ward is definitely our most urban neighborhood, I would say. I don't know, it's just got a very much different vibe than the east side. Much more of like a Soho feel. This is Catalano Square. Small little pocket park here in the 3rd Ward. Now over here is the Milwaukee Art Institute of Design. Well, Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, MIAD. It's a popular art college in Milwaukee. And that's about all that there is of the 3rd Ward. So you can see the Milwaukee River ahead of us. And we're going to go over it on Water Street here and go back into Walker's Point. Whoa, dude. We're going to take Florida over to 5th Street. This is the Iron Horse Hotel. But in order to get to 5th Street, we're going to have to take a roundabout. Or should we just take 6th? Thinking we'll just take 6th. I think we're going to take a different route home, though. So we could take National, which goes through the heart of the Hispanic neighborhood, but I think we're going to actually take Mitchell Street, which is another historic downtown. We also have Lincoln Avenue, which is a historic downtown area. A lot of these little commercial districts in different neighborhoods in the city. But all three of those are a little bit depressed. Again, great bones, a lot of potential, but kind of come on hard times. Of all of them, though, I think Mitchell has the best bones, in my opinion. Greenfield is also a main thoroughfare, has its charm as well. So as far as I know, Milwaukee or Wisconsin is one of the only states that has two not cathedrals, but cathedrals. I think that's what they call it. Anyway, the one is to the northwest of the city, probably, 20 miles, 25 miles northwest of the city, called Holy Hill. And the other one is right here to the south of us. And of course I just passed Mitchell Street, because I want to go down and see St. Josaphat, and we'll take Lincoln over. Because Lincoln also does have some really good bones. Lincoln Village neighborhood. One thing I think Milwaukee is definitely known for is its food scene. I mean, Milwaukee punches way above its weight in the food scene, consistently winning awards, and I think we can even compete with Chicago. And we have so many different varieties of food here as well. I mean, of course it's not New York, but it is a pretty diverse city. Alright, so we'll turn on to Lincoln here at St. Josaphat's. And you'll see it's got a pretty nice feel to it. Park. And we're going to take Lincoln to, I suppose I could take it all the way to 60th Street. I might as well. Normally if I'm cutting across, I'll cut onto Forest Home, and that'll take me, on a diagonal. But so will National. National kind of goes actually more towards from downtown to where I live. And if you guys haven't been able to tell, I love this city. I've grown up in the metro area my whole life, traveled all over the country. And when I was a kid, I actually kind of wanted to move out of the city and find somewhere different with like mountains or closer to the ocean. And I was always searching for a city that had all the amenities that Milwaukee has, and then some. And if I'm being honest, I've never found it. Milwaukee has just about anything you could ask for. It's a big city with a small feel, close to one of the largest cities in the country, in Chicago. It really has a great quality of life. Sure, there's problems. Every city has its issues. But overall, I would say that Milwaukee is one of my favorite cities in the country. I mean, when the summertime comes, as I continue to make these videos, you're going to see that the streets just come alive, especially when you get downtown towards the lake. We haven't driven on the lakefront yet, which I should do in a separate video. But there's just going to be people everywhere, and we have festivals almost every weekend, every week in the city. Neighborhood festivals, large-scale festivals at the lakefront. We have the world's largest music festival in Summerfest. The Summerfest grounds pretty much every weekend have something going on throughout the summer, whether it's an ethnic festival. We have the largest Irish festival outside of Ireland, an Irish Fest. We have German Fest, Festa Italiana, Indian Summer.
Say a command. Say a command.
Cancel.
Cancelled.
Yeah, headset acting up again. We have Locust Street Festival, Brady Street Festival, Beer Fest, Firkin Fest. I mean, you name it, we've got it. Concerts in the neighborhoods, we have Jazz in the Park, we have River Rhythms, we have Chill on the Hill. Beer gardens in every park. Church festivals. Don't know what we're waiting on there. Alright, so I would say we're out of the Lincoln Village neighborhood now and we're coming into West Milwaukee. Which historically was more industrial. It's now more of a commercial district. And this stoplight here is Miller Park Way, which is, like I said in a past video, funny that the name of the stadium changed, but we still have the road named after it. It's also 43rd Street, so you can actually see Miller Park up that way. Got a few games I'll be going to in the next couple of months. Always fun to go to a Brewer game and tailgate. I'm actually going with work for one of them, and we've got our annual cousins get together. A lot of Harleys in this city, as this is where Harley Davidson is headquartered. That's another one of those festivals. We have Harley Fest. I believe the Red Hot Chili Peppers will be here this year. And the city is always overflowing with motorcycles. I'll try to get out. It's fun to see. It's like the one time in the year where motorcycles are prioritized. Streets are shut down and motorcycle parking is made everywhere, and I mean it can be loud, but it's a pretty cool thing to see. People come from all over the country. You know, that's another thing about Wisconsin in general, is that we have a lot of these things that people come from all over the world to see. And I think, you know, as somebody who's grown up in Milwaukee and in Wisconsin, you don't really think of Wisconsin as being a touristy place, because we're always going to Florida and California and these places that are more traditionally tourist oriented. But Wisconsin really has a huge tourism industry. In the Northwoods, we've got EAA, which is the largest fly-in in the world in Oshkosh. Lambeau Field, people make heritage, you know, travel from all over the country to see that. Wisconsin Dells, we've got a Great Lake to our east with Lake Michigan and Lake Superior to our north. We've got the Mississippi River to the west. Great cities, great culture, great food. So it's definitely a place for people to come and check out. I absolutely love it here. The winters can get a little bit cold and overwhelming, but the rest of the year is absolutely beautiful. And yeah, if anybody's got any questions or suggestions of where I should go, let me know. And otherwise,